Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to carry on Briar with the best build and runes possible. Take Conquer, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand with Conditioning, Overgrowth, Attack Speed 80, and Health. Take Green Jungle item with a Ghost. This gives you a lot of scrappiness and survivability. For our build, we want to go ahead and rush down Stridebreaker first item. It's super strong right now, and this still helps you out immensely with scrapping people down and autoing them to death. After Stridebreaker, you want to go Black Cleaver into Sterix, and you typically go for Bork into Shojin, and your build is basically finished at that point. Briar has amazing long-term fighting potential and chase potential. You can kind of think of her like a Rammus or a Hecarim running people down, but she has terrible disengage. She cannot really get away from the fight once she's in it, so you need to think about when you're going in, who's what level, how much HP do they have, what items do they have before you go in. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself killed constantly. Our Q is a dash, our W is a dash, and our W and Q are both auto resets as well. We're going to go ahead and smite him, auto and a W. Your W2 is also an auto reset. It does max health damage and heals you per damage that it does. We're going to W. Head on over to here. Your W, Blood Frenzy, only tethers to things within 1,000 units, so roughly twice the range of a standard 80 carry auto attack. If you do it too far away, you won't actually really get any value out of it, so you need to keep that in mind. Auto into W, very nice. We'll let our bleed finish it off. Just dealing damage to things, we heal off of it because we applied bleed. And then whenever we kill that thing, the more bleed we have on it, the more health we get from it. She's very similar to Warwick, but with worse disengage. Auto and a W. Your W can go over pretty much every wall in the game, so watch for that. Your W and Q can both go over walls, but your W don't need a target to be able to jump over to. For example, we could easily go over this one. W, auto, Q, auto. Then we're gonna wait, auto and a W. Once it's the lowest health possible for our W, execute. Your E, it cancels your Blood Frenzy on your W and your R, so you don't end up getting yourself killed. And on top of that, it's also damage reduction and a little heal. So when you're getting focused by enemy champions, when it makes sense to use your E, you can whip it out. Against monsters, you pretty much always full charge it, especially in the early game. It has pretty good damage output. Your W cooldown starts from when you first activate it, so there's no reason to really cancel it early, because the cooldown starts from when you first touch it. Go ahead and crank it. Auto W. So leashless, as you guys see here, we can do roughly a 320. Not bad. We'll take it. One max W first, Q second, E last. W is our main source of damage and mobility, and then Q gets more armor shred per level. We'll go ahead and ghost and run this guy down once we're in range. Let's get on the MF, W, auto Q. We'll use E to cleanse our blood frenzy so we can rush this guy down. He's probably going to go over the wall. So I'm going to run this way. And yeah, he went over the wall. Ezreal's going to get it though, so it's fine. Nice. We'll take it. First, recall. Getting tier 1 boots is good. If you can afford anything else, that's great. I'll go ahead and pick up pickaxe and oracles. W out of base. All of your abilities cost a little bit of health to use. Shouldn't think about that too much though, because it's really not that much health cost. And you heal so much just from hitting things with your attacks or abilities that doesn't really hurt you in the long run. I'm using my W to get across the map, but we don't want it to be on cooldown when we're actually ready to fight. We're going to fight on Scuttle here. We'll get him with an E. We get the full push. I'm on my W here. Auto Q auto. Auto W. Briar has amazing all-in potential, even against someone like Warwick. Now here, I did have a bit of an item advantage, but still, Briar's solo potential is very high. As long as they can't heal cut you or just perma hold you still. Plus, if you can throw an enemy champ into a wall, they're screwed. The wall push is such a long cooldown, or such a long stun, that they're pretty much just dead. Before you throw enemies into the walls, you typically want to stun them with Q first to help set it up. With that being said, if they do have flash, your stun only lasts for 0.85 seconds, and this takes a second to channel. So if they have a dash, tumble, flash, blink in their kit, they will be able to get away from it. Auto Q auto. My clear is ugly. It's no longer a nice full clear. Briar shreds drags pretty well. I want to play heavy for bot side. Your standard combo against champions is just W, Q, into E. But against champions, you do tend to hold on to your E for as long as possible because you don't usually want to cancel your W. So basically, if they're running away from you, you have to use W, Q to get to them, generally speaking. And a W, auto Q into W2. They did just get dragged. Warwick's going to be on his way right here. We're going to W over the wall. We're kind of blood frenzying towards him, but since we were over the wall, it gave us some form of protection there. My E was on cooldown, so I couldn't break that either. I was a little surprised Warwick rushed down that dragon. I'm missing a lot of health, so he knows where I am. I need to get my health back up. During your Blood Frenzy, you can still use your abilities, summoner spells, or items. The Blood Frenzy simply dictates you attacking the closest enemy champion or the closest enemy if there is no nearby enemy champion. It also gives you true vision of it, which is nice. So if someone's invisible or in bush, you can still see them as long as they're within the 1,000 units, which once again is standard 80 carry auto attack range. Iron Spike Whip, double longsword into dagger. I'm going to keep playing heavy bot side. Xerath MF are likely to push often. I'm going to head over here. Tier 1 boots, they don't have boots at all. So yeah, if someone's being aggressive with you, a lot of times you can lead in with a raw E, but typically you'll end up stuck like auto Q into E, throw them into a wall. But if they're moving away from you, you pretty much always have to use W into Q to get to them, and then you just shred them down, and then you save E for when they blast you with CC, because they can't stop your E channel even if they CC you. So we're going to go ahead and ghost, get close for the W. Perfect. We're going to auto into Q, auto W, we get the kill. I'm still on ghost, so I can kind of run this down here. All right, go ahead and damage reduction that, 169, not bad. The damage reduction ends instantly once you end the channel, and you can channel your E for up to 1 second. It's 40% damage reduction. It does not scale per level. Just remember to use your W2, because that's a big source of healing and damage. Hit W onto her, auto Q auto, into E, pushed her. She died from the push before she even hit the wall. I survived through my massive healing. Once she died, we got Triumph healing, and we'd also put bleed on her by hitting her with our abilities and autos to where we healed a lot from her dying. We're getting pretty fed here. W auto, and you can look away, and right when it's about to end, then just press W. So if you want to look around for the closest gank. Your R you can't throw across the map. It's typically best to shoot it down a lane when you're in that lane, so it's not at a weird angle and it has the highest chance of hitting. I like to take my R bot lane, because that way I have 2 targets, so that it's more likely to hit one of them than none of them. Ganking mid lane in general is kind of hard on Briar, since you don't have space to chase, and her mobility is mainly over time. I need to use the smite charge. No reason to have 2 up right now. Your W can go over like almost every single wall in the game, except for the very thickest wall in the game is the only one it can't go through. Just get up really close to the wall before you use your E. For example, if I wanted to go over this, I'm sorry. Before you use your W, I would just go over like this. Wrong ability. Auto W auto. Auto Q auto. My R is up. I could take a bot side. If they're hitting turrets, it's also a good time to use your R, because they're likely to kind of stay in that spot. Like right here. Nice. We're going to W immediately. Auto Q auto. Auto W E. We got her flash. Not bad. She ignited me, which is why I swapped to using my E. I was trying to get damage reduction because I thought she was going to all in try to burst kill me there, since she's a level up and she's kind of fed. I did not want to die there. I think I saw Warwick topside. It's W over the wall, auto Q auto. Smite W auto and E. Warwick's taking objectives right now. He's playing very objective heavy. I'm kind of playing kill heavy. I don't plan on throwing it. Auto W auto. I'm nervous about that bush being warded. As long as your E's up, Using your W and your R is low risk because you can cancel the Blood Frenzy. But if you're using your W or your R when your E's on cooldown, then it's very risky because you're forced to chase the closest enemy or enemy champion. So just be mindful if you are going to use your W. Make sure your E's up so you don't get yourself killed. It's the biggest mistake you can make on Briar. Just constantly using W when you're close to enemy champions. We'll go bot here. We have control ward. My ghost is up as well. So I could just go for dragons. Yeah, let's do this. W auto, Q auto. And then we'll wait to auto, then W. Because once again, your Q and both Ws are auto resets. It's easy to forget that. That's why I mention it so much. The heal feels pretty good. It's giving me 128 health at the moment if I full charge it. Warwick's trying to take some of my camps because I was taking some of his. He's screwed though. He's behind doing invades. That's not a great idea. He's kind of winning that solo fight even without lethal tempo. I'm not. Okay, there he is. My R connects. Let's go. We're going to immediately W into Q. Auto W reset. He dies from my bleed. He goes towards Diana. She's dead as well. Cool, cool, cool.
This game is basically over. I'll take you to part 2 where you get to see how to play her super aggressive off a 3 camp clear. And you'll also get to see how to play her in the super late game.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2. In this game, we're going to be more aggressive in the early game. Briar's 3 camp off Raptor start leashless is really strong for invades or ganking. We're up against Jax. He'd be hard to kill in an invade since Briar's damage is all really auto attacks. He would just stun us and jump away. So in this case, we're just going to do Raps, Red, Krugs, gank top, reset. We'll have Longsword. We can clear full clear from there or fight for Scuttle. Most junglers will not be on bottom Scuttle because they start on bot side buff with leash and then clear towards top side buff. So most likely won't be a fight on Scuttle. Go ahead and start with W. We're maxing W first, Q second, E last. Level 2, you do want to get E though because it's so much damage level 1, especially with full charge. We have the same rune setup with Conquer, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Conditioning Overgrowth, Attack Speed 80 or Armor. You can take Coup de Grace or Last Stand. If you feel like the jungle matchup will lead to lots of 1v1s, that's typically when you'll push more for Last Stand. If you don't feel like that's the case, then Coup de Grace is better for your W executing ganks. Auto W. And then we'll keep an eye on this. Auto W. We saved it for as long as possible. We got off one more auto. Very nice. He's on bleed out time. Very cool. Go ahead and auto into E. Auto W auto. We'll smite the red buff. Get him nice and low. Auto W. Very cool. Your bleed early on does about... Once you get to around 100 health, that's usually when you can start kind of walking away. It is a little bit nerve-wracking to walk away because if it resets on you, that could be really bad. You got to get used to it though. Absolutely do not need a potion on this champion. She farms so healthy. The concept of her having no built-in health regeneration is silly because she really does have so much healing just by attacking anything. Full health, leashless. We're going to go ahead, come up. We'll do a W. Get with the stun. Alright, he gets away. We got his flash. He got our ghost. See what this Jax is up to. If we can get in bush with E, then we're good to go. W auto, Q auto W. I'm just mashing against his berserker here. I still won that fight, surprisingly. I'm gonna W into Q. He's dead. And he Qs me over the walls. That gets the kill. That was a very, very, very awkward situation. Let's grab Boots Longsword. Turned out well for us as a whole. The thing about leading in raw with the stun into push against champions is if you know their flash is up, they're going to use flash to get out of it. So against the Warwick there, if we went in, did stun and immediately tried to push him towards the Aatrox, he would have just flashed past us and we guaranteed won't get the kill. W auto, Q auto. Let's go ahead and smite it. Auto into W. We can definitely beat Jackson a one-on-one, even if he gets off a good counter-strike like he had there while we were mashing with Berserk, because his counter-strike does more damage, the more autos he soaks. So he's an interesting kind of counter pick against Briar. And he's pushed up mid. She already backed though, she had TP. Enemy bot lane's pushing up. Bottom top is usually what you want to look for. They're resetting though. We can just full clear here with longsword. W auto Q auto W. Grant was about to die, so we'll just use W2 real quick, get that healing. Alright, we'll go for Annie. She's playing really aggressive with no boots. She needs to pay for that. Zed's kind of pushing towards her now. Right when I'm on my way. Doesn't seem to be warded. There's a W here. Auto, Q auto. Looks like Zed's gonna get the kill without me. I'm okay with that. We can go bot side. As long as you come in deep from behind on a gank, it's gonna be good. Once you have Stride Breaker, pretty much all your ganks are good, because we have decent mobility. We want to go for the squishier person. It's going to be Senna. Senna has less HP. Need to make sure we're within roughly 1,000 units before we W. Stun auto. There it is. We get down our E, reduce damage taken, heal ourselves, and also if they stayed within range, they would have gotten wrecked by it. Good job from the Lux. Let's go ahead and reset. We're pathing over dead space. Could take dragon actually here. I'm level 5. W auto Q auto. Let's pull it out. I used my W2 too early there. Look at that heal, my goodness. Someone might actually end up jumping in here. Oof, you fool. We get him with the stun auto. I don't have my E. Doesn't have a very good way of getting out there. We got him with WW. You can tap it really fast and get off your execute super quick. Alright, we'll stun jumper. Get her with Q into E. Push her into the wall. Do you see how she flashed it? That's exactly why it's kind of high risk. If your teammates don't have the CC, and if the enemies have flash, they will always be able to get away from your stun into jump, or stun into E push. That right there. She's no boots, just flashes right out. But hey, we used our ghost, we got her flash. In theory, it's good. Auto W. Let's go ahead and get our wolves. We'll actually be hitting level 6 here very soon. Auto W, Q auto. And he's pushing up with no boots. There's a bleed on this, but man, it is dying slow. We can hop over just about any wall. It's only only like 1 or 2 thick walls you can't get over on this champ. And we hit 6 before the 8-minute mark. Cool. I do like to go bot side once I have R. Where we have 2 targets. Makes it much easier. That's exactly where we're going to go. I think we can actually kill Warwick real quick. We're pretty tanky with our E damage reduction and healing. Aatrox can CC the Warwick off me. I don't want to use R on him. A little bit of a cooldown. Oh, I think he knew that it was coming. Jax is going to be here on wolves or on his blue. Don't hit the plant. He hits the plant. Push him into the wall. W into Q. Auto into a W. He's dead. Very nice. You see that big execute damage. I used my Empower W immediately to try to survive there. Warwick just had too much damage. He ignited us, bursted us. Aatrox shouldn't have come. He was too late to really get over there. Let's get as much of Stride Breaker as we can, and we'll head bot side. It's an okay amount of damage. The main part of your R is just the gap closer, and then it's a stronger Blood Frenzy. You get extra armor, magic resist, lifesteal, and a little bit of extra movement speed as well compared to your normal W Blood Frenzy. I need my teammates to stop perma pushing. So I have my R, but I can't gank if the lane's like that. Alright, they're lined up with the wall. It lands. We're going to have to W immediately. We E to get out of that Blood Frenzy, otherwise we would die underneath their turret. If I didn't use my E there, then Briar's going to keep on chasing. It's awkward. W auto, Q auto. Let's heal up a little bit. She's dead. She's got nowhere to go. W auto, Q auto into W. We don't have our E to get out of this. That's the danger right there. I didn't even think about the minions, just went for it. Got our stride break. Whew, boy oh boy. What a messy game. Dragon's up in 39. I have my stride breaker, so should be a good fight for us. Briar's E is quite a bit longer cooldown than her W by about 4 seconds. I'd already used my E here after my W, so there's a huge gap. Where is she going? She's trying to stop recalls. Hey, friend. W into Q. I do still have stride break. We get the push into the wall because I had him slowed and whatnot. The stride break slow helps out so much with landing a big E. That's why it is currently her best mythic. Huge synergy. We could start this. I kind of want to R though. Launch it. Ooh, we got it. We W immediately. W immediately. And a Q. Stride break. Push her into the wall with E. And we missed. She had tier 2 boots. If she didn't have tier 2s, I think we get that there. That is one of the risk of channeling a full E. Is you can get out of it. That's why against champions I typically lean more towards using my E when they gonna blast me with their CC or damage load. That way I can damage mitigate it, heal, and they can't cancel your E. So they cannot stop that healing and damage mitigation plus the actual E hitbox itself. Got it. R's on cooldown. We're farming a little heavy right now. While it is on cooldown. Auto W, auto Q auto, stride break. Nothing to really gank. We have both dragons, so we can kind of coast on that for now. It's really cool how Briar's W cooldown starts from when you first activate and not from when it ends. So you're not really punished at all for letting it drag out while you're farming. That's exactly what you want to do, is let it last for as long as possible. Go ahead and W into Q, the stride break. We'll go ahead and push him with the E. Down he goes because he's going to stun me there. Get that double shield. Auto W, auto Q, auto into W. Very nice. Stride breaker just came up. Let's hop over this. Auto Q auto, stride break. Cool. Hey, friend. I don't have my E up, so I kind of need to stun her immediately so she doesn't drag me into turret. Nice. I'll W towards them, but I get done. Auto into Q stride break, auto WE. That was a really good E on our part. Auto into W. It's on Warwick. Dang. Push him into the wall. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I got nowhere to go. We're in really deep, and the rest of my team kind of split off from me there. That's okay. We're doing a bit of limit testing here. They're kind of magic damage heavy with some Warwick damage, a little bit of Jax damage, Annie, and Seraphine. Looking like a Merc Tread angle to me. Into Black Cleaver, into Sterix. This is ultimately a very messy champion. It's challenging to have great KDAs on her, since she doesn't have disengage. The better you get at identifying situations, obviously the less deaths you'll have, but all in all, if you want a limit test on her, you're gonna get some deaths along the way. Kind of nice how you don't even have to really look at yourself while you're farming, other than using your Q, because your W does all the work, and then you can just press W right as it's about to end the W2. Go over the wall with that. Do have my R. It's not technically global, but it is most of the map. Here comes Seraphine. We'll pop her with R here. We're gonna W Q immediately. Also W2'd immediately because she was well below half health and she's squishy. She flashed. I also W'd slightly too soon. She was over 1,000 units away, so I didn't get the blood scent on her. I wasn't in blood frenzy mode. WQE. Could not E. Permastun. Jeez Louise. Annie's 2 full items. Holy crap. That's not good. Definitely overstayed there on my part. Gotta farm it up for this drag fight. We need 2 camps. 2 camps to finish our green jungle item. Herald is so useless here. We're already on 2 drags. Herald doesn't matter at all. Not one bit. This fight it doesn't matter. Just go to dragon. Herald is so useless. Only it's not worth it. Dang, I don't have my green jungle item finished. 2 of my teammates are dead. Doesn't seem like the enemies are too interested in drag. W auto Q. Auto W. Gotta be patient and wait till your W is about to end to maximize its damage. It's so tempting to use it early. Not worth it. Cool. Jungle items finished. Extra bit of tenacity is gonna go a long way versus the Annie stun. They're grouping up pretty tight underneath turrets, so yeah, just gotta take dragons here. W auto, Q auto. Not sure where my W went. That was kind of weird. I didn't even use my E. Might have used it too early. This is risky, and we got it. We're gonna W immediately into Q. Push this guy into the wall. Stride break. I guess we just win this. I thought Annie was here, but she wasn't, so I was really nervous because she's got way more gold spent than I do. Do be careful around using your R towards Fountain, because if you happen to hit someone near that area, they can flash you into Fountain, or if they're just standing in it, then you'll die. Turrets are your worst enemy when you're using your R on Briar. One of the easiest ways to die on her. Cancel my Blood Frenzy. I don't want to go over there. I want to deal with Annie. I think she's going to greed for turret. Thought she was going to. She laid a ward right there. I can go ahead and get my Black Cleaver. Lux is randomly up there. So you can go over just about every wall. The only one that I can't really get over from trying is this big one. I can't find a single spot on there, but every other wall I can get over consistently with W. Your Q, you have to be able to see a target is the thing about going over walls with it. Alright, we'll launch R for that. Oof, auto WQ. Kind of glad I didn't hit though. This is a bit scary. Her CC got mainly wasted there though. I was on 40% damage reduction and I was healing for 219 health there. Q into her. Into the E. Boop. The E is so good for tanking. Her E is basically a Warwicky except it heals her. A big wall push. This champion is Warwick, bro. Seriously. Get them off me even though I'm CC'd. I'm probably dead here though. Oh, Lux is screwed. Yeah, I got my Lux killed. My bad. I was being greedy for sure. Gotta spend gold. So much CC, bro. Senna slow on her Q. They have the Seraphine slows now with Rylai, Seraphine Snare, Seraphine Charm, Jack stun, Annie stun, Warwick Fear. Black Cleaver into Sterix. Gotta get tanky. Staying alive in the fight is so freaking important on this champ. Letting you get more of your bleed stacks up to let you heal more, do more damage. You also, if you're staying alive for longer, most likely the enemies will be lower on health, which means your W execute's gonna be chunking. And if it's chunking, it's healing you more. Just gotta stay alive. This is looking like an R angle here. Oh, feels bad. Can't believe Annie's top right now. What the heck? It's wild because there's so many people she can't really solo. Let's clear this out real quick. I don't want them to get it. So right now, W is giving 120% attack speed, 60% movement speed, and a bunch of AoE damage. And then the W2 is about 300 base damage and 15% of their missing health. I heal for 65% of that. This is a bad fight. Lux died at the start of it. And he's in a weird spot. I should probably just push top lane right now since two teammates died instead of trying to fight with less numbers. They're most likely going to push for drag here. So we got to just push top and mid. She's not a bad split pusher. The thing is there's a lot of really, really scary top lane split pushers like Nasus and Jax. That Jax blocks auto, Shen blocks autos. The Nasus Wither cripples your attack speed so bad that most top hyper carry top laners can give Briar issues. So she's more of a burster and a team fighter. Burst, shredder, team fighter than she is a split pusher. Man, I wish this would just die here. W into her, smite, Q stride break. Auto W, auto. Let's get ourselves out of that blood frenzy. I'm about to get myself killed. Let's go ahead and heal up a bit. Whew. The dangers of using W while E's on cooldown. It cannot be stressed enough. Such an easy mistake to make. Almost Bard level trolling with a really bad portal. Getting your whole yourself or your team killed, or bad R getting yourself or your team killed. I can definitely solo the Warwick here. There's no need though. Needed to get my E going. Auto W. Oof. I actually just killed myself. Yep, I actually killed myself. I had a really bad E. I ended up using it because I was trying to push him, but it didn't pan out. And then it killed me. Because then I couldn't jump away. Because I would have just been forced to go back into him without my E to cleanse the Blood Frenzy. Probably Shojin. Shojin's crazy strong right now, even after the tiny nerf. The ability haste is super, super useful. They did get the dragon that's delaying our soul. Bot lane's behind. I'm kind of ahead. My mid lane's ahead. It's just me and Zed right now who are fed. R can't really reach yet. We got to push out with base movement speed. This looks like a weird fight though. My team's doesn't want to fight it, plus Lux is dead. Let's go for blue. Yeah, Jaxi is tough, man. His auto attack block. I can still stun him through it, which is good. Not being able to hit him with autos is a huge issue. I have to get down my E whenever he starts his E, basically, to get him off me. Because if I'm in Blood Frenzy, autoing him, it's empowering his stun to do more damage. Got it. Gonna WQ immediately. Nice. Briar late game. Cool. W into Q. Auto W. Get off me, Annie. You wench. Oh, this is bad. It's everybody. Ha, man. I would have to go back and watch that fight because we did kill Senna right off the bat. That's rough. Taking so much magic damage. And we have conditioning as well. Extra armor and extra magic resist. Plus the Merc Treads. I don't like Wit's End on this champ. I'd rather have Visage. But for now, we'll finish this Shojin. And then we'll get some more magic resist. Most important thing with your magic resist is having enough to cancel out the Sork Shoes. Once you have that, she's not Void Staff yet. Okay, my Ghost is up. Might be able to do something here. Launch the R down in the middle, roughly, where they all are. It's the Annie. We're immediately WQ. That's not quite what I wanted. I wanted the Seraphine. She ended up slipping away. This is seriously warded. Hate to see that. Oof, oof, oof. Yes, 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 yes. You can jump to anything, by the way. You just can't jump to turrets or wards. You can jump to minions, your minions, allied champions with your Q. It's almost never useful. It's more of an escape tool than an offensive tool. Because offensively, you just WQ into the enemy champion. But defensively, yeah, if I could jump to my teammate, it's kind of cool. Jump over this wall. WQ. Got a big E push. Get them off me. Jump away from that with my W. Ooh, Annie. Blood Frenzy on it. Into a big E. That E is so good versus Jax. WQ. Him use the W active immediately since he was low. It lands. I have to WQ immediately. Nice. Got everything powered W. Yeah, as you can see, your E, it is very, very, very good getting people off you. It's not really an offensive tool. It's more defensive than anything else. When you try to use it offensively, they'll just walk out of it, flash out of it. But defensively, when they're already using their gap closer to get to you, and then you have that big fat shove and they think, oh, well, I'll kill her before she can do it. It's like, they can't. You have 40% damage reduction. We're getting 435 health at this point. So there's really no champion who's going to be able to burst you down, assuming you have at least a quarter health and you pop your 1 second E. W auto Q. This is what can make her so dangerous, is we've positioned correctly in a fight to where we're taking a lot of the enemy's aggro, and then we have a properly timed E. It butchers them so bad. Jax is using all of his stuff on me, and he's using it, and they're still not killing me. That's bad news. WQ immediately. Power W on her. I have Stride Breaker. Gotta remember to use that, man. WQ Stride Breaker. Big E into the wall. That's both of them. QW. Oh, I killed this Jax. Nice. Oh, man. We hit the scaling angle finally. Bork's definitely good on Briar, but it's not good enough to justify going first, second, or third item. Get my E push. Get off me, scumbag. WQ Stride Breaker. I'll save my Empowered W for late. Yeah, Bork had that. Bork, I think he was going to win that. I don't have heal cut and he has heal cut. We're both healing like crazy up from our passive. We both heal so much. Auto Q, auto W. Having this drag soul is so freaking good for us. It's OP on Kaisa, Aatrox, and Zed, and me. All of us have these kind of all-in, huge, flashy Rs. And having 50% movement speed per 6 seconds when we do that is ridiculously good. Got it. We're gonna WQ immediately. Get the push on Annie. Yeah, we got it. I did kind of waste my ghost for it at the end there. We get the push. WQ. Yeah, he's healing so much. Cool. Very nice. Time to reset. It is time. Sitting on a Shojin. If there ever was a time to reset, it'd be now. And then I don't want to have to build heal cut. I have to. Like I don't want to, but I have to. Seraphine heals, Senna heals, Warwick heals, Jax heal off of Divine. It's too much. We can end off Elder. We see one top, one bot. The Senna is the most pickable person with our R right now. I don't have to show here. And yeah, you can go over this wall. Like I said, the only wall is kind of this one that you can't. Jax, I could hear him. The audio bug. He's on his red. Yeah, there you are, buddy. I heard your staff. Auto Q. Auto W. This is a bad fight. We need to play it slow. Poke slow. If we play the fight slow enough, I think we win them. Oh no. I'll launch my R, but... Oh, big blood frenzy! W in the Q. Oh, that was a really bad E. Auto in the W. Yeah, I just probably killed myself there. My E accidentally let it go early for no reason. That's game. That blood frenzy on the Senna was dirty. That should be it. Both those E's I did in this fight were mistakes. I used them non-defensively to where I basically just missed out on damage and then didn't have my E to cancel a bad blood frenzy. So yeah, the Briar E in theory can be used offensively if your teammates set it up with their CC for it to guarantee land, but 19 out of 20 times, Briar E is truly a defensive option when the enemies overcommit to try to force a kill on you. Like here, I take no damage even though she bursted me. That's a good usage, good use case. You can even go over this one if it's not over the thickest part. I think we should stay. We can set up a big Ian bush. Hey, friend. W into Q. Hey, Warwick. He doesn't have his damage reduction. W into E. Auto Q auto. He's healing so much. Woo! We'll take it. All right. That's GG's. Our score was looking a little choppy there. We brought it back in the team fight portion of the game for sure. If you are going to play Briar, I personally look to ban Nasus, Jax, or Malphite. Those are all champions that can be highly problematic. Jax probably the least so because of your E mechanic, but if your top laner wants to play something heavily auto-based, Jax is a fine ban. We'll look at damage dealt, damage taken, and runes. Curious to see what the graphs are going to look like here. Looking at damage dealt enemy champions, we did have the most in the game. For damage taken, we had the most in the game. For self-mitigated, we had the most in the game. That's her E. Her E is almost entirely defensive. Offensively, it's only good if you're in a bush and they don't know you're there and you get to charge it for free. That's the really practically the only offensive use case where her E is good. But outside of that, it's almost always just defensively used. And to be a fake tank. So yeah, Briar's kind of nuts, man. I think she has a lot of potential. Her kit, like you can argue she's not good. That's mainly just because maybe her numbers aren't quite there, but her kit's crazy, right? She's got 3 separate dashes. She has hard CC. She has loads of self-healing. She has mobility. She has scaling. She's got quite a bit going for her. And I think we'll find that in a while Riot is going to have to turbo nerf her. If you guys enjoyed this Briar video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is King Sticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.